Welcome to a tale so strange it's hard to believe it really happened. Imagine a pope putting another pope's corpse on trial. Sounds absurd, right? Well, that's exactly what happened in medieval Rome. This is the story of the Cadaver Synod, the trial of Pope Formosus' corpse, a chilling chapter of betrayal, power struggles, and eerie rituals that still haunts history. 1. The context: turmoil in the papacy. The late 9th century was a time of political and religious chaos. The papacy was entangled in the power struggles between various Italian nobles and the Holy Roman Empire. The throne of St. Peter was often seen not just as a spiritual office but as a political tool. Pope Formosus, before becoming pope, had a controversial career. He was accused of ambition and conspiring with foreign powers. Despite this, he became pope in 891, inheriting a church plagued by division and external pressures. Formosus' support for Arnulf of Carinthia over Lambert of Spoleto as Holy Roman Emperor made him enemies, particularly with the Spoletan faction, which dominated Italian politics. This political alignment would later cost him even in death. 2. The gruesome trial begins. When Stephen VI became pope in 896, likely under the influence of the Spoletan faction, he sought to eliminate Formosus' influence even posthumously. The exhumation of Formosus' body was itself a shocking act, designed to degrade and humiliate. The corpse was already decayed, yet it was dressed in papal robes and seated on a throne, as if it were alive. The trial, conducted in the Lateran Basilica, was a grotesque spectacle. Witnesses, clergy, and nobles were forced to watch as Pope Stephen VI ranted at the lifeless body. The appointed deacon, representing Formosus, attempted to respond to the charges, but the trial was clearly a farce meant to cement Stephen's authority and discredit Formosus entirely. 3. The verdict: a corpse condemned. The charges against Formosus included perjury and violating canon law by holding two bishoprics at once, Porto and Rome. However, these accusations were likely politically motivated. After being declared guilty, the corpse endured symbolic punishments. The papal garments were stripped to signify the annulment of Formosus' papacy. His right hand, used for blessings, was mutilated by severing 3 fingers. The climax of the punishment was the disposal of the corpse. It was dragged through the streets as a form of public humiliation before being dumped into the Tiber River. 4. The fallout: public outrage and political chaos. The trial was meant to solidify Stephen VI's authority, but it backfired spectacularly. The grotesque nature of the event angered the Roman public and clergy alike, many of whom saw it as an act of sacrilege. The city of Rome erupted into chaos. Riots broke out as Formosus supporters sought to avenge the indignity inflicted upon him. Pope Stephen VI's rule was short-lived. By August 897, he was overthrown, imprisoned, and later strangled in his cell, a victim of the very instability he had tried to exploit. 5. The legacy: undoing the infamy. Pope Theodore II, Formosus' ally, restored dignity to his memory. He ordered Formosus' body to be retrieved from the Tiber and reburied in St. Peter's Basilica with full honors. Pope John IX held a synod that nullified the Cadaver Synod and forbade any future trials of deceased individuals. While these acts helped to rehabilitate Formosus' reputation, they did little to resolve the deep divisions within the Church and Roman society. 6. Historical interpretations: why did it happen? Scholars often interpret the Cadaver Synod as a symptom of the extreme politicization of the papacy during this period. The event wasn't just about Stephen VI's personal vendetta, it was a reflection of the broader struggles for power between factions within and outside Rome. Some theories suggest that Stephen VI might have been coerced by Lambert of Spoleto and his mother, Adgeltrud, who wanted to erase Formosus' support for their rival Arnulf. The Cadaver Synod also serves as an example of how symbolic acts, no matter how grotesque, were used to assert dominance and rewrite history in the medieval era. Key moments of drama. As the trial proceeded, the eerie sight of a decayed corpse on trial left a lasting impression on witnesses. Some accounts suggest the audience was torn between horror and morbid curiosity. Legends say that after being thrown into the Tiber, Formosus' body washed ashore and was revered as a symbol of martyrdom by some Romans. These expanded details paint a vivid picture of the bizarre and politically charged Cadaver Synod, showcasing its grotesque absurdity and far-reaching consequences. The Cadaver Synod stands as a stark reminder of how power and vengeance can corrupt even the holiest of institutions. It's a tale of absurdity and horror that leaves us reflecting on the fragility of human systems, even in places meant to represent divine order. What do you think about this macabre episode? Let us know in the comments below.